Default, just going to confirm given one. I've got Juliet Alpha November. I'm like, oh, that's correct. Default, and I need a board with the coast area and highway 1A. Default,
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2 3 4. Testing 1 2 3 4. All right, just about ready to get this show on the road. Are we streaming?
code 67, dispatch, code 67. Go ahead. Phone number for this video is 403 472 0670. 10-4, thanks so much. 6-7.
Good morning. Good morning. Hey, so good news and the bad news. Well, the real bad news is there was a fatality at Lake Louise yesterday, a ski incident, and it sounds like it was on Haddo Peak, um, which is, if you know where the chateau is, the mountain right to the south there is Mount Fairview, and Haddo is in behind um, Mount Fairview, so you can hike up the trail on Mount Fairview, and then it takes you into a valley behind, and that's the same route as you go for Surprise Pass, which is a common ski tour in the Rockies area. So I'm really feeling sorry for the folks that have lost one of their loved ones. That's always an awful thing when that happens. Um, Tragedy in the mountains. Grip magazine had something about it, but not really a lot of information. They did have a pretty cool thing on, yeah, Whistler's closed, eh? I think this is Aberdeen Haddo here. I wonder if they were coming up on this side, on this face here. This is the glacier route that is quite often done in the summer. I was thinking it'd be probably a pretty cool winter route, but a bit of an avalanche hazard in here too. Um, oh yeah, okay. I guess I'm not really showing you guys what I'm looking at, am I? Sorry about that. Gotta get better. So this is Haddo, I believe, here, and then the east face would be this face that you don't see on this side. This is Aberdeen, the glacier route. This is pictures obviously taken in the winter. This is Lefroy, this big slab of came off of there, but that's really steep terrain, and then that's wind loaded too. The dominant prevailing winds come from the west, and we're looking at the east face, southeast face. Um, so yeah, this the Grip magazine article goes on to say about a whole bunch of other people that were killed this year. Like it's been quite the season for avalanches as far as knocking out some celebrities too. Um, so it's unfortunate. So let's take a look at the weather. When Wednesday, today's sunny and it's crystal clear, beautiful day out. It's a high of 10 today. Tomorrow and the next day, we're going to be getting some precip coming through. And that looks sort of what you see here. That's Friday. Okay, we're right in here. Saturday, Sunday, clears off. So it comes in through Tuesday, today, and then on Wednesday we get this first wave of precip, and it sticks around for a day or so. And then by the weekend, it's going to be clearing off. So that precipitation is going to heal up a lot of the skiing. It'll be coming in fairly warm, so get it out there and get it while it lasts. But I think the skiing next weekend is probably going to be pretty darn good. Does the temperature cool off? A little bit, eh? So yeah, Saturday, Sunday, with these cooler temps, get up. You don't have to get up too high, and there should be plenty of snow for skiing. So stuff in the Bow Summit area will get reloaded. I wanted to mention too is where is that? See, here's the accident here, right? This is the Parks Canada. So you can see it's quite shallow. The it was only 40 to 50 centimeters deep, so that's pretty shallow. And they figure either the basal facets, like the rotten snowpack on the ground, it went on, or a sun crust. That this particular aspect probably gets a lot of sun. So it's quite large, though, eh? Size 2, honest size 2. Looks like a track coming in here. Both members were caught. One managed to arrest themselves. The other was carried 600 meters. That's quite a ways, 1,800 feet, almost 2,000 feet down the face. That's extremely unfortunate. Um, where was I looking at? Temperatures. Here. So mod is the forecast for now, and trending to be getting better at the lower elevations, tree line and below tree line, staying moderate throughout the week. We'll see how this goes. Like Wednesday, it's how much precip, whether they're going to change that. I got a feeling they might. That would vary in how much wind is associated with the precipitation that's coming in, I would imagine. What else? We looked at that. What I wanted to look at was the Parks Canada's. This I kind of blew over this yesterday as if this wasn't going to be an issue. But you bring in this storm that's coming, and I'm not saying it's not an issue, especially with this hard crust. You put another 40 centimeters on top of this, sandwich this together, and then you don't know how this crust is going to react once it's got a load on it, or whether it warms up and starts to break down. So even though this, right now, this upper stuff is probably just good skiing, although it looks like it's getting some melt freeze crust in there. I don't want to say, like, with this storm that's coming in, you put another 40 centimeters on that, like I'm saying, and it probably could be reactive. So I'd pay attention to that. Anytime we get a good load of snow. I don't know how much precip is coming, so I'll know that tomorrow, probably. Get a better idea of it. But there will be some. It looks like a lot of moisture coming through. So I just wanted to get back to that. Like, I don't want to say, hey, I kind of made light of this, but this is quite a number of layers in there, and any one of them can react differently or be the weak link in that snowpack. So once you put another, if there's a lot of snow that comes in through here, and you sandwich this, press this down, any one of these layers could be an issue or make a sliding layer. And we won't know that until later. What important changes? I'll talk to you in a second there, Wilsma. Um, so that's about it, you guys, really. The avalanche is actually pretty good. Skiing is going to get better. If you want to take a look at what it's like at the Lake Louise right now. So you can see, gorgeous day to be out skiing. Holy. I wanted to go. Tyler didn't want to go. He was out the last 3 days in a row, so he kind of blew off today. He said he needed a rest day. A wimp. But then I didn't go the last couple of days. I've been doing this. Alrighty. So let's transition out of here. And Wilma is asking, what important changes have you seen in the last 10 years regarding the tools, equipment? Well, if you're talking about ice climbing, the leashless tools are definitely the biggest change. Whoever thought that you could actually grab tools like that, and that they would actually put handles and then the big steep curves? Didn't see that coming. Because every iteration of them, from straight shaft to slightly curved to a little more curved to, were always seemed like the end product. Like you couldn't get too much better than that. Tools, lightening up the gear. I just 2 years ago spent like a ton getting those ultralight cams, black diamond ones, and they're a good investment, I think. I actually went out and did more gear climbing just because the gear is so light and I have it. And you carry a few extra cams, and it doesn't bother you at all. So that's one of the biggest changes. I don't know, the whole thing about going light, eh? Like they're making gear lighter and lighter and lighter. So you can really get your weight down from what you used to. I don't know. There's not really, the thing about guiding and climbing too is like people, um, invest a fortune in equipment, and they've been climbing these mountains for 100 years in, tweed suits and hobnail boots. So I can see, I always see these guys coming out with the Swiss Army harness, and it's got a dozen pulleys and a whole bunch of this and a whole bunch of that, and a knife and a ice screw or a Belaclave retriever and Swiss Army knife and on and on and on, lanterns and yeah, it's just overkill. It's like good common sense is probably going to take you a lot farther, and there's no shortcut to it either. You got to basically learn your craft, and that's going to take some time, and you're going to have to dedicate some time to it, or you're just going to be a ham and cheeser, man. You're going to be a Gumby out there, and that will never change. I mean, that's just the way it is. So I don't think equipment is what makes the climber. Although good equipment sure helps. Whenever I buy equipment, I always buy the best. I don't really look at the price. I just buy what I think I need. And sometimes that'll be $100 more, and sometimes it'll be $100 less. It doesn't matter. So I get the sleeping bag that I need, the boots that I need, the crampons that I need, for that particular job that I'm asking them to do. That's about all I can think of. Anyhow, you guys, take her easy out there. Ice climbers, it's getting so warm now. It's so solar affected that you don't want, there's still some out there. I was thinking about professors the other day, like yesterday when I went for a bike ride around there. If you were on that at first light, you could probably climb it. But I wouldn't be, I'd want to be off of it by noon at the earliest, or at the latest, I mean. And even then, I don't know. It's got, some stuff threatening over top. But wet slides would be an issue. Maybe even from way up high, like above the actual end pitch there. So, and whether that feeder slide on the top of the fourth pitch, just before the last pitch, that feeder off to the right-hand side, it really depends on whether that thing is slid or not, too. If that thing is slid, well, then a lot of your hazard is gone. But if it hasn't, I don't know if I'd want to go there or not. Anyhow, yeah, ice climbing I think is coming to a close. 2 o'clock falls would be okay. Klein River Gallery might have some good beginner's ice, so you can top rope down there. Other than that, you're starting to get a little bit of hazard on just about everything else. Skiers, next Wednesday is going to be your good. Next Wednesday, Friday and Saturday, you should have some pretty good skiing. As things cool off a little bit, so not much more I can say about that. We'll talk to you guys later, and we'll call it a day.